The Furies, directed by Tony DeQuino, starring Airlie Dodds, Linda Knoll, and Taylor Ferguson. A woman is kidnapped and finds herself an unwilling participant in a deadly game where women are hunted by masked men. I was browsing through Shudder the other night and I came across The Furies. I'd heard nothing about this film. I watched the trailer and that got me to press play on this film. And I gotta say, The Furies rocks. This is such an awesome slasher. This is basically Running Man combined with Battle Royale. If that's something that's up your alley, you're gonna dig The Furies. This film is basically about a woman who is kidnapped and is dropped in the middle of nowhere. And this is out around the Australian outback. And as she's running around trying to find her friend who was also kidnapped along with her, she runs into a few other women who've also been dropped in there in these coffin-like boxes. And these women, they're all being hunted by these men who are wearing masks. And these women have to fight to survive. It's a very simple plot, and that's one of the good things about this film. It keeps it very simple. And this director, this is his first feature film, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't feel like it. This feels like a director who gets slashers, who gets the fact that you gotta keep it simple and not try to do a crazy amount of exposition. What he's able to accomplish in this film is a suspenseful and tightly woven slasher film that has a little bit of a mystery to it. Our main protagonist, she's a character that I found easy to get behind and to root for. We're following her on her journey trying to find her friend as well as survive. And considering this film is an indie film, the practical effects in this are great. It is gory as hell. There is some great kills. There's dismemberments, there's decapitations, there's faces being ripped off. It's awesome, bloody, and gory, and it does not hold back. There's probably one or two scenes of CGI that are very short. The pacing is great. The story is simple and basic. The kills are awesome, and we have a main protagonist who is an all-around badass. And she also has epilepsy, and that actually comes into play throughout the film in ways that you may not expect, and it also comes into play in some creative ways as well. I also thought that the way that the killers looked were so scary and intimidating, and each one of them has their own weapon that is specific to them as well as their own look, whether it be someone wearing someone else's skin, a pig head, or an owl. Each one of them has a distinct look, and each one of them is terrifying in their own way. I thought that the performances were better than your standard slasher. It's not anything that's going to win any awards, but it's still really good, and I felt the fear and tension from each one of these women. And just the idea of being dropped in the middle of nowhere, not knowing where you are in this little black coffin, and then you're being hunted by these crazy dudes wearing someone else's skin, that is terrifying in itself. And then you add into the fact that there's 8 of them, forget about it. That is a terrifying idea. And that's such a cool idea and a premise to build off of. So with all that said, I'm going to give The Furies an add to the collection. This is a fun slasher. It's streaming right now on Shudder, and it's well worth the time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you guys next time.